Hello my country people, welcome back to the news. Guys, are you aware that Shettima will become president if Tinubu resigns following his certificate saga? Because Nigerians have started reacting to the constitutional law. In the section 146 of the Nigerian constitution, I can tell you that it's not sitting comfortably with many Nigerians who oppose the presidency of Bola Tinubu owing to the controversies surrounding his academic records. In section 146, paragraph 1 of the Constitution, it's clearly stated that the Nigerian Vice President shall hold the office of the President if the office of the President becomes vacant by reason of death, resignation, or impeachment. Now, in the case of President Tinubu, his Vice President, Kashim Shettima, would take over office if any of the above scenarios played out following the lots of controversies that surrounds his academic records. However, President Tinubu's critics now want his election disqualified instead of his resignation after making reference to the Constitution. And this is it, my country people. President Bola Tinubu's certificate has stirred up controversies, leaving many Nigerians to request for the immediate resignation of President Bola Tinubu. With this latest development, people are now referring back to what the Constitution says concerning if a president is being impeached and what would happen next. Now, the Constitution has been read out loud, which clearly states that if the president should be removed by reasons of death, resignation, or impeachment, his vice, that is the Vice President Kashim Shettima, would take over power. And a lot of people are not comfortable with this scenario. That's why Nigerians are now making reference to making sure that his election is disqualified. Now we rephrase back to the petitioners, the Labour Party, the PDP, and the APM. Those that went to court to seek the election of Tinubu to be nullified, and those that are also saying that Tinubu should resign. But you see, the court refused to grant the request of these petitioners by striking out their petitions on the grounds that they all lacked merit. But then, a concerned Nigerian said that I have been saying that Tinubu should be disqualified because he did not win the 2023 presidential elections. And with all evidence, he's not even fit to be on the ballot. Meanwhile, the ongoing battle to oust President Tinubu for his documented misdeeds heightened yesterday after the Chicago State University testified under oath that the Nigerian leader presented a forged degree certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in the build-up of the presidential election. According to news reporters, the official repudiation of Mr. Tinubu's certificate, the only academic qualification he presented to INEC, came at a deposition of the school officials on Tuesday in Chicago. Now, Caleb Westberg, the registrar at the Chicago State University, said Mr. Tinubu's certificate dated June 22nd, 1979 and tendered to INEC on June 17th, 2022 was not issued by the school. He also noted that the school's administrators could therefore not be able to authenticate its source. So, there's a lot of tension, my country people. There is a lot of tension because people have now, been calling for the immediate resignation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the light of the controversies surrounding his academic records at the Chicago State University. Now, all this, you know, came up when it was known that the certificate Tinubu presented to INEC was forged, and then all this started coming to light when the CSU released Tinubu's academic records to Atiku on Monday. Atiku, who is seeking the nullification of Tinubu's election in court. So, my country people, a lot of people has advised Tinubu to act in the best interest of the country by humbly tendering his resignation and also offering an apology to Nigerians regarding the authenticity of his certificate, because it's obvious that his certificate saga has tarnished the reputation of the country and could impact its ability to mediate in the West African sub-region. Now we see that this country is now made a laughing stock because of this particular issue. So instead of Tinubu making things difficult for us in this country, he's ought to, resign. But you know that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot resign willingly. That is actually, a no-no. Tinubu cannot resign willingly. It would be very, very difficult for Tinubu to tender his resignation. And even if he resigns, Kassim Shettima would take over power. For a man who has fought through sweat and blood to make sure he emerges as the president, just to easily hand over, for a man that hid his certificate, did a lot of things to make sure he gets to this position, well, I guess all these calls, would be fruitless in a way. But people are now reacting to the constitutional law on how if Tinubu should resign, Kassim Shettima will take over. And a lot of people are not comfortable with this development. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? However Nigerians have reacted. Tinubu can never resign because he has no single case to answer. Well, he should resign if he knows what's best for him. President Bola Tinubu cannot be disqualified because the CSU certificate he presented to INEC is not fake. Okay, my country people, these are reactions from Nigerians. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.